Just feel called to come on again and flow and talk and get this out. I get so much that comes up within me, and just really creating that pattern to get it out to share with you guys. So we'll wait for some people to jump on. We'll just do a little Q&A. We'll see what people want to chat about. We'll see what flows. Just enjoying this Friday and connecting a lot of dots. Intuition running high, Schumann resonance blasting. Really excited, really excited. I think energy right now is very strong, very high, very intense for some, maybe overwhelming for others, maybe very relaxing and calming for you. You know, it is really what you make it. So welcome, come on in. We'll jump on here for like 30 minutes or so. Maybe I'll post this, maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I do want to elaborate a little bit on kind of what I was talking about today. First on with energy and what that really means and how you can apply it in your life and how different forms of energy can be manifested. It's such a very vague word, right? Energy can mean so many things. To some people it's coffee, to other people that's silence. To some people that's a battery, to other people that's chemicals. You know what I mean? So you really look at the word energy and really what does it mean to you? You start breaking the word down. You look at inner chi. You start looking on electrons. You start looking on how energy moves through our body. We really have been programmed in a way to think only energy comes in the form of calories, for example, when it comes to food, when it comes to beverages and things like that. And when you start connecting the dots and realize there is more to it than what meets the eye. And a lot of times we also get confused that energy can also be a stimulant, right? And we get a little mixed up there, and you see marketing that's everywhere. That's telling you need more energy, that you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to go buy this, you need to go buy that. And really what it's doing, it's creating choices for you, right? So they're going to market energy drinks, right? Energy drinks, pre-workouts, boost your energy, and we tend to jump on it. When we tend to consume it, we tend to buy it in mass quantities. We don't really think about what it's doing to us, how it's affecting us, how it's maybe changing the way we think, the way we operate, the way we recover. And so all these questions kind of get pushed under the rug because we've given our power and our trust to corporations, to companies that maybe don't have our best interests at heart, to government practices, lobbyists and politicians and celebrities and idols that we've always given our power to our whole life. You know what I mean? So looking at that term energy, ask yourself, what does it mean to me? What does it mean to you? How can I build energy in my system and in my body? And for me, if I look at food, for example, first of all, energy to me is something more so that provides me energy rather than takes energy from me. And I look at the word stimulant, right? A stimulation like caffeine, a stimulation that really puts you in that nervous system of fight or flight. And so the reason I choose to eat more of a plant-based diet and to eat more foods that are as much as I can raw and living, not necessarily cooked, that are full of enzymes and amazing other good things, that makes me feel a little bit better in terms of being able to connect dots and share it with people and recover and whatnot. And then you look at water, right, as well. You look at water and what that's doing in the terms of energy and water and how it affects us as well. And then you look at the sunlight, you look at grounding and other different principles. So just wanted to elaborate a little bit on energy. We'll see some people jump on. And then if you guys want to ask some questions, fire away. I'm just kind of an open book here. I've got about 30 minutes before my next little couple things this evening. So I just wanted to jump on, say what's up, say hello, and see if you guys got some questions or anything that's coming up for you guys. Happy Friday. I know there's a lot going on, like I said, and it's really kind of taking your power back, and giving your power back to yourself and finding ways to do that by asking the right questions and questioning things maybe in your life that you're doing, questioning things of what's going on in society and, how we can improve on things, the who, what, where, when, why, how, kind of what I talked about the other day on my story. And gosh, my ears are ringing really loud right now. Have you guys been feeling the energy? Speaking of the Schumann resonance, so to speak, pretty powerful. And if you don't know what that is, think of it as like the heartbeat of the earth, right? It's the energy that really Mother Earth gives off. And a lot of studies are being shown, and, trust your intuition on this. A lot of things are being shown that we actually affect the Schumann resonance. Our heartbeat is similar to Mother Earth's heartbeat. And so as we start taking our power back, especially guys, look at this last week, everything's been over like 70 hertz. It's pretty wild. And Jilly and I our bed's right behind us. We were just laying in bed last night from like 9 to 10. I was looking at her. I'm like, "Are you asleep?" She said, "Nope." I said, "What?" I'm ready to go run a mile. And she said, "Yeah, me too." And it's very interesting, right? It's very interesting how you start noticing how strong energy can be, and you start feeling it, right? And you start harnessing it. And the thing is, you can absorb it like a sponge and really have it help build you. If there's density within you, if there's still stuck emotions, if there's still stuck thoughts and feelings, mucus, parasites, heavy metals, all these other things, well, that might trigger you a lot, and it might push your buttons a little bit, and it might push you in a way where you start getting anxious and things like that. So yeah, and I see you guys got some questions. Allergy type symptoms, definitely something, right? Your body again is upgrading, so it's kind of like, think of like, when a dog gets wet, shaking all that stuff off as soon as it comes out of the pool or the bathtub. It's kind of what your body's doing a little bit right now. It's like a good analogy I like to give people. We're shaking all the things that don't serve us anymore, whether we choose to do it or not, right? There is a subconscious, unconscious source that is flowing through you, because here you've been on this call with me for about 10 minutes, and your heart has beat many times, you've taken many breaths, and you've blinked your eye many times, yet consciously you're unaware of it, right? And that's the beautiful part of it, is that there is a greater consciousness that flows through us, and we harness it as God speaks through us. So yeah, definitely any kind of little symptoms that you might be feeling is just your body shedding all the layers of your old self, so to speak. Yeah, great question. What other questions you guys got? How is crypto different than fiat? Well, currency, the fiat system that we currently have, is a currency, which is a belief system, which is a piece of paper, and that is backed by nothing, and we believe to hold value based on a market that's manipulated and inflated by governments, agencies, business, billionaires, corporations, secret societies. I know. A cryptocurrency, you're now looking to make it decentralized in a way, right? And here's the thing: regulation, unregulation, decentralized, centralized. They're different aspects and components, right? So dive into that a little bit. There's a documentary called The Hidden Secrets of Money on YouTube. If you guys want to check out, it's a powerful 10-part series that breaks a lot of this stuff down. I share this also on my Telegram chat, so please jump on, learn with me, come share, because I think right now the best thing we can do is help each other, connect these dots, ask more questions, empower each other, rather than take our power, project on each other, assume, tell someone they should do this, do that. I think we exhausted that a little bit in 2020. And I think we're now getting to a point where we're feeling less of a push to kind of convince people. Because I always say this, you can't believe for somebody, you can believe in somebody, right? Crypto is satanic. It's very interesting. Yeah, that's my question first is, what the heck does satanic mean to them, right? How does that? So it's a very vague question. It's tough to answer it. Centralized versus regulated. So, for example, Bitcoin, right? It's not regulated. It can be used for all sorts of dark transactions, which is now being shown as well with the Silk Road and the dark web. So that's not regulated, right? And it's also decentralized. A bank doesn't own it, technically, right? So centralization, decentralization, regulation, big differences. Yeah, it's a little confusing, so keep learning about it, definitely. But for crypto to be quote unquote satanic, that's a very, here's my first question I have when people say that. I first ask, how are they doing? Before I try to explain crypto, it's really not, the message will not be received. Their human operating system may not be able to absorb it in the subconscious if their subconscious has these dark thoughts. If their subconscious is riddled with these maybe attachments or limiting beliefs or scarcity, it's very tough, because after you really start to question yourself and your interpretation of things outside of you, those fears start to fade, right? Those fears start to fade. If anything, the dollar itself has been used to destroy nations, impoverished countries, bring on poverty, create wars. To me, in that lens, that's a quote unquote, I don't even like to use that word with the S. I don't even want to give it power. It's just a very dark type of energy. And yet all of us use it on our debit and credit cards and our bank accounts and dollar bills. And we don't think twice of it, right? And we don't think twice of it. What's another question you guys got? What about energy or anything about what's going on in the world? Obviously, we are going through a shift. We have been, and this is going to be it's going to be a while, guys. It's not something overnight. Remember, you're deprogramming and reprogramming years and years and decades, if not centuries, millennia of just trauma, wounds, setbacks, unstructured DNA, manipulated DNA, misinformation. It is a lot, So for you to keep thinking that tomorrow is going to be all better, right? Right. The whole flip of the switch, the event that we've been talking about. That's it doesn't end. It's going to be going, guys. This is a journey. This is life, and this is what we're here for, and we signed up for it. I firmly believe we're going to be living. So yeah, I plan on living to 150 to 200. And some people are like, well, why would you want to live that long in this world? I said, why not? The world's going to a beautiful place. And again, that's why I ask people, hey, how are you doing in life? If there's something negative coming up, something fear-based, something where worst case scenario, end of the world, doom and gloom, cabal, just wild stuff, right? Before I even look at explaining it, if you just jumped on, ask them how they are doing. Ask people how they're doing. Right? Maybe they're stressed out right now, right? Internally, if your internal world is upside down, is over consumption, is fight or flight, is very aggressive, go-go mentality, you're going to see that outside of you. And it's scary, right? And it's scary because it's out of your control. And we have this thing called the fear of the unknown. And that really creeps up on us. And it's very hard for us to then come to logic, simple conclusions, be able to connect our dots, tap into our right brain, so to speak, and so forth. So, yeah. Just want to touch on that. Let's see what else we got here. The sword dance in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, if you guys missed it, Trump went on a world tour back in 2017, and that's kind of where it all ended. Nobody saw it. Everyone missed it. The sword dance in Saudi Arabia is pretty much when Saudi Arabia became liberated and pretty much started taking their power back from these shadow governments and these deep state. And, their original prime minister was involved in all that nasty child trafficking stuff. So you could see actually Trump went to many, many different countries, and every place he went, like he went to Japan, for example, and by Japanese tradition, only the highest honor can actually award a sumo wrestler the trophy. Go look it up. Go look who gave the sumo wrestler a trophy. It happened to be currently still the president of what's known as the Republic of America, not the USA Incorporated. So yeah, that kind of what happened. He visited China, President Xi, which most people think he's bad and evil. Remember, there's Moody, Putin, Xi, Trump, all of these leaders that the media has told you, Kim Jong-un, all those leaders that your social media, your mainstream media, your celebrities, your actors, all the people you give them power to, they made you believe that they're the bad guys. Remember, everything's been flipped. They're the good guys. The thing is, there's a shadow government, right, that actually does things behind the scenes, and it's only up to the people to see the difference. It's a 5D quantum chess entanglement. It goes deep, and I don't expect people to pick it up right away. In fact, I don't want you to, because it's a journey to get to these conclusions. We want to get to XYZ and know all this stuff. Trust me, even I'm still in the pursuit of really understanding what's going on in this world. Enjoy ABC. Start with you. Start with your choices. Start with your actions. Start with your habits and your lifestyles. As you build yourself, as you come out better yourself, these dots are going to connect, and what you zoom out a little bit, these things that I'm sharing with you will come to you, guys. It's not like only Chris has this information. And remember, it all flows through you, right? It all flows through you if you allow it. If you allow this information to come into you, you're a Wi-Fi signal. You literally are. What do you think Wi-Fi came from? Where do you think computers came from? It's you. You're a computer. You're a supercomputer. In fact, you have a Wi-Fi signal. You're able to broadcast signals out. You're able to send things out into the ether. You're able to ask for requests on how to do things, and next thing you know, they start getting done, and it's pretty incredible. Ask and you shall receive. Exactly. Precious metal backed digital assets. Yep. Plant-based diets are growing. Yep. Absolutely. And with plant-based too, there is a whole, remember, there's always two coins, two sides of things, different perspectives. Because, you look at plant-based foods now, there's a lot of GMO foods. So stay away from those. If you're going to enjoy a plant-based burger, here's the thing. If you know what you're putting in your body, just know how you can get rid of it. Does that make sense? Just know how you can clean your body out. Okay, there's nothing wrong with a plant-based pizza with some, mozzarella cheese with whatever you feel called to eat. I love it. I enjoy it because the next day I'm going to drink my Kangen water. I'm going to take some Biomedic. I'm going to clean my gut out. I'm going to fast a little bit, go sweat, and I have no fear, so to speak. So yeah, going back to a plant-based diet, and that's where I was rule for me. Anything that lacks water, when the body consumes it, right? Anything that lacks water, when the body consumes it, that substance is going to take water from you in your digestive tract. Does that make sense? So think of it just like we talk about crypto, quantum financial system, money. You also have a health bank account, and that currency is in the form of water. Right? We're over 75% water, 99% at the molecular level. If we're putting things in our body like caffeine, alcohol, synthetic chemicals, dense food, cooked foods, meat, dairy, and eggs, processed food, I just keep going on and on and on. Those are going to take water from the body. Go research this. Go look this stuff up. And so you expend more water than you actually consume. And this leads to health issues. Here's the thing. We don't talk about that. We skip that. And we talk about food. We talk about plant-based. We talk about meat. We talk about calories. We talk about all these other, these fancy words. And at the end of the day, you're dehydrated. And it's just something so easy and obvious. Boom, you're going to spark cognitive dissonance in people. You know what I mean? Cognitive dissonance is it's basically poking your core belief systems. Because no one ever told us about hydration growing up, I've yet to do many lives about water and hydration. And it's been fascinating for me because that's what really healed me. That's what helped heal me. I healed myself, and when I changed my water and I changed the beverages going in me and the liquids going in me and the liquids I was using outside of me, the shower I was using, the chemicals I was using to clean my house, the chemicals I was using to wash my mouth, brush my teeth, my water bank account started going up. So ask yourself, what bank account is your water at today? You know what I mean? What bank account is your water at today? What else do we got? What other questions you guys got? Fire away. Crop swap app. I like that. Crop swap app. That's cool. Yeah, I'll probably post this live. Why not? Water holds memory. Absolutely. When I would drink, wine's delicious. I've had wine maybe 3 times in the last couple of years at weddings. I mix it with Kangen water. So nothing wrong with that. That's all good. What do you do when fear does come up for you, or does it not anymore? I just ask myself questions. What am I afraid of? And if I'm afraid of losing money, then you just got to really sit with yourself. You start journaling. There's neuro-linguistic programming. When you learn about the frequency of fear, where did the word come from? What does the word fear mean? I think a lot of us just have heard that word so many times. I could go to another country and say fear, and they might start smiling and laughing. Do you see the difference? It's just your operating system, your human operating system, your program, your code, right? How we code computers. You have coded information. Your code has been created in a way that ... enter fear ... equals, and then a nervous response. You start sweating. You start getting anxious. You start overthinking. We're in another country where they don't know what that word means because they speak another language. You say, "Hey, do you have any fear?" And their programming goes, "Fun?" And their programming goes ... enter fear equals fun. Right? So just identify, what are you afraid of? And then ask yourself, what does the word fear mean? Where did it come from? And you'd be surprised how much power we give it. So I look to use other words in terms of conscious language because every single day, even what I'm speaking right now, I am coding my computer, my own computer. I'm coding my software. And no, that's not scary AI, robotics, going to, end the world, so to speak. It's how computers were made is because we learned how we function. Okay, it's a human operating system. Oops, there we go. Do you communicate telepathically already? I don't know. I guess. Maybe. False evidence appearing real. Yeah, absolutely. 10 days of darkness? We'll see. We will see. I'm still comprehending the fact that 10 days where the world shuts down, it would be interesting. At the same time, it'd be very good for humanity. Everyone just to chill out and not have to rush to work and to take a deep breath and to actually maybe sun gaze or see a sunset or maybe give their coworker a hug or something to slow us all down. Because we're like I said, what I feel we're getting away from is the go-go mentality, left brain, linear, mind thinking, heart suppressed, ego driven, competition, compete, fight or flight, sympathetic, dehydrated, over acidified, inflammatory response to things outside of us which we lack control. I think I covered it all there. In which we lack control. And we lack control, someone's going to make choices for us. Someone will control you. And they're not going to control you physically, like nobody's doing this to me. They're going to control you here. They're going to control you here. They're going to control you here. And they're going to control you down there. All right, they're going to control you up here. You have all kinds of, call them stargates, portals, chakras, whatever you want to call it. It's all words. In the beginning was the Word. In the beginning was the Word. And these portals and these parts of you that are also expressed out in planet Earth, Mount Shasta, ley lines, all these other things, it's all inside of you. So these parts of you have been hijacked and controlled, manipulated, brainwashed. Right? So to think we fix it, how do we fix it? We go outside of us to fix it. Go to the doctor. Go buy medication. Pay someone to help us. And that's why the more you learn about yourself, and when I say that, what does that actually mean? Well, pick a topic: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Start there, and then break those down as well. Let's see, what else do we got? Got some questions coming in. What do we got? I'm just here to respond. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Canada, I know Canada's going through a lot right now. Hold the frequency. Remember, your heart is powerful. Your heart actually can emit quite a field. They say 6 feet. I think it's more. I know it's more than 6 feet. I truly feel that you can blanket your whole town as you vibrate and you oscillate faster and you build more energy. With all the things I've just been talking about, you do that, you're in a good place. You're in a very, very good place. Do I know of contract law? Not familiar. My partner's going through a lot of the sovereignty process, the national process, the national passports, sovereignty. That's a whole wormhole in itself, so I'm not going to go dive into that one right now. I'm still learning that stuff, though. That's for sure. Angel numbers. Let's see. Angel numbers. Well, numbers is just another way that God, source, whatever you want to give it power to, whatever you want to connect with, communicates with you. You look at the word angels. We think we have angels. Angels to me is angles in the brain. See, angels of light, archangels. So light comes into your mind, activates certain parts of your brain. Certain parts of your brain create neurochemistry, neurochemicals, which then you see through your eyes, which are mostly water. That electromagnetic pulse will then magnify and attract those numbers that align to those angles, which are angels. So angels, archangels, angel numbers. You see 111 outside is because you activated some light within you, maybe your third eye, something connected, a neurotransmitter fired, whatever you want to make it. The choice is yours on that, and then boom, 111 appears. You created it, all right? You created it. Yeah, exactly. You choose how big your heart field is. It's your knowing. It's your belief system. It's your choice. No one said, hey, one day we're going to say the heart can't go to 6.5 feet. At least for me, that's wild. That's a little wild. No, my heart blankets. My heart blankets California. I choose to hold it down for California. That's why I'm still here. So don't let numbers limit you, for sure. Connection to 555. I think a lot of people do. I think. I was number 5 in college. I was born May 22nd, 522 at 22:21 p.m. So I've got 5 2s in a row, and I was born on 522. 5s and 2s are powerful for me, absolutely. Wore number 5 in high school. So yeah, 5 is a beautiful number. Played a sport that required 5 people in it, basketball. There you go, 555. That's it. Am I a light worker and healer? I don't necessarily claim myself as those things. If people give me that title, that's their choice to give me that word magic title. I'm just here to be myself and share truth that I find that helped me, and things that I've been vulnerable with in my life, and things that have helped me come out better. And if that's light worker and healer, cool. I'm all for it. Yeah, exactly. Why do I support Dogecoin? Because it's on the Flare networks, and that's interconnected with XRP Ledger and the Stellar network too. I actually have a lot of the Doge family coins, the Stellar network. I talk about that on my Telegram. Favorite type of meditation? This is my meditation. Yeah, this is my meditation. Some people it's art. Some people it's closing their eyes with essential oils. Some people it's playing an instrument. I think we've been programmed to think meditation is sitting cross-legged and necessarily in pretty much putting our hands in a place, receiving, which that is another amazing part too. So remember, meditation, energies are very vague words that can mean a lot of different things. Some PubMed said cognitive is cancerous. Yeah, that's probably written by a pharmaceutical company. So be mindful and aware of that. I'm not going to waste my energy on that. That's wild. Yeah, definitely paid for. Thoughts on Elon Musk in terms of crypto? He's part of a bigger plan. Yeah, he's part of a bigger plan. I can see how there's both sides of it. That's just my opinion, guys. Remember, that's just me. So if you disagree, cool. Absolutely cool. Share it on your page, speak your truth, and those that align with it. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, the high pitch frequencies, absolutely. What else? What other questions? Am I Canadian? No. Born and raised in California. Never left here. Holding down the frequency. Dense here in California too. A lot of egos and a lot of masks. Not those masks, but like egoic masks. A lot of money, a lot of fame and competition here. So I'm choosing to stay and hold it down. I have the same human design as Elon Musk. That's always interesting. What do you think about us going to Mars? I honestly think people are already there. I don't know. Yeah. Irish. Flat Earth theories. Oh boy. You could ask me that question. Honestly, I it could be flat, it could be round, it could be oval, it could be a firmament. I don't spend my energy too much there thinking about it, arguing, researching it, because you can go down one path and then see the next one. But at the end of the day, you got to zoom out far enough. I do feel that the truth will come out about what everything is. When that happens, we're getting closer. You've got to really reset. And look, that word, the great reset is so scary. Okay, you got to stop something, end it, and then start something new. There, maybe that's a little bit easier. And something like that will be, the internet, our SWIFT system, financial system, the Mockingbird Media. That's a global program that controls all our information, our history books, our data, and all that stuff. So even whatever you come across, my question is, where did that come from? Where did that information come from? Who funded that? Where did that article come from? Who funded that? California. I live in California, Southern California. Thoughts on DMT? Amazing. So that third eye opener, definitely a way to really, they call it blasting off or blasting through limiting patterns and breakthroughs. I've done it about once or twice. Beautiful experience, very beautiful experience. I saw frogs, a phoenix, and a chief, an Indian chief, which is pretty wild. How do you get rid of GMO mosquitoes? It's a good question. I don't even realize they're out there. I've never even, I don't know. I spray myself with 2.5 Kangen water. That seemed to scare away the bugs. Nope, no thanks. You're not putting anything inside of me. What other questions? Keep them coming. I answer them fast. I love Q&As. About 5 more minutes. It's 5:55. It's 5:55. What about Dogecoin? You home? Jilly's home. Come say hi. Jilly's home. Much love to you too. Good music to listen to. 432 hertz. I love reggae. I love Mozart, Beethoven. Lindsey Sterling is amazing. Those are some of my favorites. Any advice about speaking your truth? Good question. Yeah, great question. First just ask yourself what's keeping you held back from it. Usually it's like a fear of being seen, a fear of being judged. Then you sit with those and then you really feel what those mean. And that usually helps. Definitely helps. And just start practicing talking. Start humming, sing in the shower. Do you think placebo has limits? Like if you drink bad water, how much can placebo change the bad to a good? Yeah, definitely thoughts for sure are powerful. Placebo is real. In my opinion, I feel people's belief systems can override anything and everything. Just depends how powerful and how much energy you have built up within you to come to that belief and keep it sustainable, consistent, and something you can continue to embody for quite some time instead of like changing your mind next week, next month, next year. So yeah, that's definitely powerful. Why is XRP better than Bitcoin? 1,000 times faster, eco-friendly, cheaper, easily accessible, backed, regulated by gold. Just to name a few. A vegan variation of meat. Well, I used to love steaks. I'm going to make a portobello steak now. Oh, it's really muffled. There we go. It was on my bed. Thank you for that. There you go. Was one of your most profound experiences with the water? Well, it helped me overcome ulcerative colitis, acid reflux, eczema, hay fevers. I was a mess, guys, at 25, 26. This was before I woke up. A few years later, I started waking up to stuff. The water, when I changed my water, it started my journey, even though I had no idea what this journey was all about. And then years later, I had an out-of-body experience. And I truly feel that enough water came into my system that got into my cells, that hydrated my DNA, because your water is held in DNA, and allowed enough light to come on in. And water holds information and memory. And when enough of that was held, my soul, my higher self was able to come in. Me, who you're talking to right now. Yeah, that was my profound experience. Spring water. We've been testing a lot of spring water. We have a lot of people in our community all over the country, and their spring water they're testing is coming out acidic. It's coming out as a positive ORP, which is inflammatory and so forth. So, yeah, it's pretty intense. All right, guys. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. I got a phone call with some people talking about the water. I'm always talking about water. You know me. What lights me up? Well, my heart and also my father right now. my Father. And I'll leave it at that. So much love, guys. Have an amazing one. Keep asking questions. I'll post this one on the live or on the profile or the feed, and we'll see you on the next one. Great questions. Much love, guys.